How was that transition from high school to college? Would that be a transition? Because NC State is a big campus.
Yeah, I will say it was a little nerve-wracking at first, just going from high school to college and just being able to navigate that kind of on your own. You don't really have those people to tell you, you need to be in bed at this time, or you need to do homework and all that stuff. But in high school at Myers Park, I was actually in the International Baccalaureate program, the IB program, and that gave me a lot of skills that I use every single day in college. Just good time management skills, just like really good soft skills to have, especially when you're transitioning from high school to college. So I'm really, really grateful that I did that program. It was a really hard program to complete, I will say. Just a lot of writing, a lot of studying, but I feel like it shaped me to the writer and the student I am today, just trying to have a really good work ethic and trying to balance and manage my time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Career Education Learners in a Podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Rivers. I am thrilled and elated to have Elyza Tran on our show today. Elyza is a junior at NC State University, majoring in Business Administration, Information Technology, with a minor in English. How are you doing today, Elyza?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Mitchell.
Oh, it is a pleasure. Now, she's a big whoop pack, as you know, and at the time of this taping, NC State girls and boys basketball team had made it to the Final Four. So in that spirit, I told Elyza I wore my red tie in spirit for NC State today.
Oh, absolutely.
Elyza, why did you choose to go to NC State? Was that your first choice coming out of high school?
Great question. Yeah, NC State has always been just the place for me. Both my parents actually are NC State alumni. So my family has always just been a really big Wolfpack family. Wolfpack Red has always been in my blood. And they have just such a great business program here. We're in the research triangle, so many companies, lots of internships to be on the lookout for, especially here in Raleigh. So yeah, NC State's always been the place for me.
I tell you what, that is fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't know that Elyza went to Myers Park High School, and I live in Charlotte now. So that's amazing. That's something that we have in common. I know I'm much older than Elyza, probably her parents' age. I'm not her grandparents' age, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm her parents' age, okay? I'm not that old, okay? But how was that transition from high school to college? Would that be a transition? Because NC State is a big campus.
Yeah. I will say it was a little nerve-wracking at first, just going from high school to college and just being able to navigate that kind of on your own. You don't really have those people to tell you, you need to be in bed at this time, or you need to do homework and all that stuff. But in high school at Myers Park, I was actually in the International Baccalaureate program, the IB program, and that gave me a lot of skills that I use every single day in college. Just good time management skills, just like really good soft skills to have, especially when you're transitioning from high school to college. So I'm really, really grateful that I did that program. It was a really hard program to complete, I will say. Just a lot of writing, a lot of studying, but I feel like it shaped me to the writer and the student I am today, just trying to have a really good work ethic and trying to balance and manage my time.
And did you receive a scholarship to go to NC State University?
I did, yes. I think it was my sophomore and my junior year, I received an insurance scholarship, which ultimately led me to intern at an insurance holdings company. So very grateful for that.
That is fantastic. And, we try to stress that here at the Career Education Learning Center. Going out for those scholarships, grants, endowments, anything you can do to help pay for college, because it is so expensive these days.
Absolutely.
It is so expensive.
Definitely.
And even if you want spending money, that's one thing I want to tell high school kids. When you get in there, spending money is hard to come by. You can have, and it's hard if you have a part-time job and trying to go to school. Right. So if you don't, if you can get any type of money, any type of way to pay for school, and me as a parent, less money coming out of my pocket, that'd be more than appreciative of doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
So was there any reason why you majored in business administration and information technology than any other major? Maybe have you always been in the business or you always want to be an entrepreneur? How does that come about?
Yeah. I think I've always grown up with kind of this like skill for networking and connecting with people. My parents can can attest that like at every family function, reunion, whatever, I'm always networking and connecting with like someone else, like a family friend. Like, I don't know. I'm always just talking about whatever. And so I've always liked business. I took an IB business management class at Myers Park, and it was probably like my favorite class I've ever taken. My teacher was just so supportive, and she really shaped my knowledge and my passion for business. So it's just something that I like.
Well, what type of business do you want to go into when you graduate? Do you want to go into do you want to go into finance? Do you want to go into marketing? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? What type of business aspect at this time? Because hey, you will change your mind, Elyza. That just know you may change your mind.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's fine. But what type of business do you want to go into at this moment?
I'm currently looking at law school. I'm hoping to go into law school and focus on corporate law. And then the IT side of my degree will let me go into tech law, just, learning more about AI, intellectual property law. That's kind of like what I'm interested in.
Wow. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, don't even worry about me ever doing something with technology, okay? I have especially recorded, unrecorded. I told Elyza earlier. So if you want me to do anything for you technology-wise, you're in pretty bad shape. I am pretty bad shape.
And that's okay. That's totally okay. It's just something you just have to teach yourself sometimes. Like I'm not going to lie, I'm not the best at technology sometimes, but I'm always willing to try, always willing to learn. So it's okay.
Well, technology is evolving every time. Look at that phone. My gracious, Elyza. Even in the last couple of years, it has gone you do so much with your phone these days. And I know I talk to a lot of people that do everything on their phone. You can do your work, your banking account, you can invite people, wedding invitations, graduation invitations. You do everything with your phone. Everything's on social media these days. You can order online on your phone, food.
Yeah, everything's just there. Yeah.
You can even get a house on your phone. Elyza, you can buy a tiny house from Amazon on phone. I've seen that on social media. I watch too much social media too, folks. But you can you can buy a house on phone. Even a car. Somebody had a little tiny car on the phone. It is just incredible how much technology has come these days.
Yeah, I'm in this like weird like generation where it's like I spent half of my life, or like a little less than half of my life, like memorizing phone numbers, like memorizing addresses and stuff, and then like now everything's just like digital, and so I can just look it up and find it, and it's there. So it's this weird like cross section of technology. How are we like learning to adapt to all these sorts of things? So it's really like cool, but it is a little scary at times. But I don't know.
It is, because what do you do when you lose a phone, Elyza? What do you panic like most people?
That's a great job. I go into full shutdown mode. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea how to function. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the first thing I do in the morning is I check my phone, just like check my emails, and it's just like a forced habit. And so when it's not there, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know what to do. So
now, while in the state, did you do any internships yet? Have you done any internships at this time?
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I was an intern at Truist Insurance Holdings, and I worked in HR there. And that was last summer. Summer 2023, and that was super awesome. Great people, great experience. And then right now I am a human resource intern at ABB here in Cary in Raleigh. So.
Oh man. So let's go back to your last intern. What are some of the things that you learned that you didn't know about in your last intern that gonna help you with this intern?
The biggest thing was just understanding the cross section between human resources and IT. I feel like most people see HR as just like the hiring and firing side, which isn't so fun. But we use a lot of information technology systems just to, sort through data, organize our data. And so that's the biggest thing I learned. Got really, really proficient in Excel, but also just understanding more of the, HR rules, more about compliance, legal, compensation, all those facets of HR, which helped me leverage kind of my knowledge in this current internship, where I'm just doing all sorts of different projects using IT, but also having that foundational knowledge of what HR is and how it functions.
Okay. And that's great because now you transition to your internship this time. So how did that internship that you did previously, did that help you as far as the internship you're doing now, the training?
Yeah, definitely. My internship last summer was the first ever internship that I got. And so I was just really trying to navigate, the corporate world. How can I put my name out there? How can I network and things like that? So from that internship, it just, helped me gain more confidence in speaking in front of large panels, larger groups, networking with people my age, but also, higher up leaders. Just, giving me those like soft skills and also hard skills too.
Yeah, so you had to speak in front of people?
Sometimes when I'm doing like a presentation, sometimes I have to speak in front of people. But it's maybe not like a really, really big group of like 30 people. Maybe it's like 5, 10 people, but
still, you had to speak in front of a group. Now, did you take public speaking in high school or college? And did that prepare you for speaking in front?
Yeah, I didn't take a public speaking class specifically, but I did do speech and debate all 4 years of high school. And that was like the best experience of my life. I, still keep in contact with a lot of the people that I met there. And I just got really good skills, learning how to think quickly on your feet sometimes, how to address a room, how to speak, properly and things like that. So I love speech and debate. It was great.
So did that help you prepare to when they said, Elyza, you're going to get us training or you're going to give us, whatever that you want to give you, you're going to run this meeting or whatever you had to do, or you need to speak on this subject in this meeting. Did that help you when you reflected back, that muscle came back to you like, okay,
yeah,
that is before. Let me
absolutely.
Go
ahead. Yeah. It, gave me this skill of just being able to like, not look down so much, kind of trying to make eye contact with other people, trying to walk around, pace myself, act like I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, that's everybody, how to say fake it till you make it, You don't only want to know what's in and I learned it in speech because I took Toastmasters and I took public speaking. Mm-hmm. You don't only want to know what you're going to say, right? So if you mess up, they don't know that you mess up. Just pretend that you just go right on. If you mess up a word or whatever, believe me, I've done it many times. Even on this podcast, I messed up many times on my words.
Yeah. And that's really okay.
And that happens a lot because you get to do that sometimes. I know I didn't mention earlier, but I talked to you earlier about being an ambassador. What is a student ambassador?
Great. So for a student ambassador, it's basically kind of like the representation and like the face of the business school. You meet with prospecting families and students, transfer students, just to share more about what our business school is, the classes that we have, just like all around like a mini tour guide, if you will.
That's great. I mean, you seem to be getting really involved. I know I talked to my last guest, and we're talking about really getting involved, whether you're a commuter or whether you live on campus. It's important for you to get involved with the school that you're in. So you're not only there to go to dorm, go to school. Now, I did that. Elyza, I was a community college when I first came out of high school, and then I went to UNC Pembroke. And
cool.
So my first semester in UNC Pembroke, that's about all I did was go to class, go eat cafeteria, come back, go eat and come back. I mainly stay in my room. And then I finally opened up that second semester. And so I keep, informing students that, hey, whether you're in school now or commuter or you're going to college, either community college, get involved in school. How important you think it is to get involved in school since you pay those student fees anyway?
Yeah. A lot of the times, like people are, a little hesitant to join groups, or like put their name out there or get out there. Like it's okay to be scared, but the world's a little less scary. College is a little less scary when you start to network and start to meet people. When you're a freshman, right? Like no one knows each other. Everyone's just trying to look for friends. Like you're not alone, I swear. So just really like put yourself out there. It's okay. The worst they can say is no, but more oftentimes than not, like everyone's looking to make friends, so just why not? You're already here. Make the best of it.
Yeah, and that's why I try to get involved with the whole student body. And did that help, especially you go to a large school like you went to, like you are now, I should say, at NC State. Did that help you by getting involved in groups and clubs and organizations? Did that help kind of like make the campus a little bit smaller? Because now you do know a group of people who you can speak to every once in a while. They see in the cafeteria, the library, student union. Say, hey, Susie, hey, David, hey. It made things a little bit more easier for you, just especially.
Yeah, definitely. Coming into college, I was like, okay, I want like to join one like more social group and one more like academic group. That way, in different aspects and facets of my life, like I'll know someone there. With student ambassadors, it's for the business college. Like every business class I've ever had, like I know at least someone because of our ambassadors. And then aside from that, like I was a part of a sorority, and so just walking around campus, like I'll see someone or a friend of a friend, and it just makes the campus a little less like scary. It just everywhere you go, you'll know someone. So definitely recommend getting involved early if you can.
That's the way you have to do it. You have to get involved. You have to step out of, they say, your comfort zone, right? Get outside the box a little bit there as an individual to really enjoy the college experience, not only the academic side, but the social side also. So also I read on your profile, you did something with the U.S. Department of Commerce. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I also interned for them last semester. And with that was just a lot of like data organization. So a lot of the IT skills that I've learned in school have been very applicable to that internship, really just looking at Excel, cleaning up Excel sheets, making it more presentable to representatives or whoever, uses those Excel sheets.
Yeah, and that's great, man. I see how you immersing here, immersing there, you're getting involved. I mean, that is great. Do you have any hobbies? What do you do to relax then, Elyza? Because you're doing a lot.
I know.
You go here, you go there. What do you enjoy doing? I mean,
I know. Yeah, it always seems like I'm go. But honestly, like when I'm not doing anything, I like to read a book, just like sitting, in my apartment, just reading. I'm also really big into music. I taught myself how to play the ukulele, actually.
Oh, man.
So every now and then I'll just play whatever, look up songs on YouTube and play along with them. So yeah, really like low key events, nothing like crazy.
Were you into music before? I mean, you probably into music, yourself, but now you taught yourself the ukulele? I mean, did that something just come out of your brain, or you just seen it, maybe the ukulele on TV or YouTube, saying, well, why don't I try that? How did it come about?
Yeah, my brother played the ukulele when he was younger, only because he just like wasn't big enough to hold a guitar. Like we started playing like instruments when we were like 5 or 6. I did a little bit of like the piano and a little bit of the flute, but like not enough to just like play. But then when COVID hit, I needed to find like something fun, like a new hobby just to like enjoy for myself. And so I picked up the ukulele. It's just something my brother had laying around, and I just taught myself how to play it.
That is great. I mean, I'm from a musical family, Elyza. My dad was a music teacher, and my mom taught piano lessons and stuff.
That's awesome.
So we didn't have a choice. There was no choice. Elyza, I mean, you're going to play an instrument, so I have 3 other siblings. The 2 older ones, they played, the oldest one played the trombone. Second one played the trumpet. I'd say the names. Gilbert played the trombone. James played the trumpet. I played the saxophone. He could sing and play the piano. And so in my household, there was no choice what you want to do, and my mom was not only a music teacher, but she also was an English literature teacher. And my dad was a music teacher. So in my household, there was not too many choices, especially back in the 70s. What you're going to do? It's like, we tell you what to do. You do what we say, not what we do, right? That was the old philosophy. If you ask your parents about that, I'm pretty sure our generation went through that. And so, so I love music. I've learned to like different facets of music or different type of music, from classical to rock to R&B to hip hop. I mean, I love across the board different musical genres there. Is there any particular genre of music that you particularly like more than other, or you just like array of it? It depends on how the song is.
I really like all sorts of music. I guess it just depends on my mood. Sometimes it's pop, hip hop, R&B, rock, like rap, like whatever. I guess it just depends. But I really don't think I'm like picky. I'll listen to whatever.
Oh, man. Well, Elyza, thank you so much for coming on our show today. Do you have any words of wisdom for our young people who are going to enter college as high school? Because it's almost near high school graduation time. Any words of wisdom you have for them?
Yeah. I think the biggest piece of advice and something I wish I told myself prior to starting college is just to value progress and not perfection. It's okay to not know what you want to do. It's okay to not know how you want to get there. Just trust in the process, trust your journey, and that everything happens for a reason.
Well, that's good words of wisdom there. And I wish someone told that when I went to college also, because, I'm thinking I should be here and there. Oh, I made a bad grade. Oh, I need to do this. And It's okay. You need to drop class. It's okay if you have to miss a semester. It's not, when you graduate, it's if you graduate, and take your time when you need to. Because nobody ever asked me when I went for a job, and I've been here 50 plus years, like, when did you graduate? Or how many years did it take you to graduate? Or did you go here and there? No, it's like, okay, this job required a degree. Do you have a degree? Yes. This job required this. Do you have that? Yes. That's what they ask you. And then, of course, I always tell people before, if the resume gets you into the interview, then the interview gets you the job. And so you need both aspects of that. So
absolutely.
Just get in there. Just get in there.
Yeah, it's okay to mess up along the way. Like, I can name so many times where I've just not known what to do. There's been times where, I haven't done the best in some of my classes, and that's okay. Like, it's your journey, it's your mistakes to make, but it's also a time to learn and to grow, and you'll thank yourself later. That means you have so many things to talk about when it comes to an interview. A lot of the times people will ask, tell me about a time that you made a mistake and how did you overcome that? And there you go. You have so many stories to pick from. It's okay. I promise.
Yes, and I have plenty of those to say too.
Oh yeah, everyone got that.
Whenever I ask that question, Elyza, I could have gone on for an hour. And man said, "We still here?
We're still here. We're still in it."
Oh man, well, thank you, Elyza, so much for coming on our show today. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really glad that you reached out and allowed me to come on your podcast.
Oh man, it was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Thank you. Yeah. And I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for joining me in another episode of the Career Education Learners in a Podcast, where we make your career dreams a reality. God bless.